It's absurd to search for something before establishing its cause. An effect depends on the state of consciousness, and you cannot find the effect before being its own cause. If you don't have the naturalness of the desired state, you cannot externalize it, because consciousness is very observant. Ask yourself how long you have now. Matthew tells us, "O perverse and faithless, you are perverse and you fail. But if success is your aim, your mood must be lifted to the..." Scriptures speak of a man whose son was dead. When he approached the Son of God and asked him to bring the child back to life, it was granted to him. Your idea, whether it's success, health, love, money, or fame, is your child that is dead. But if you believe in its life and walk in the assumption of being successful, healthy, or wealthy, if that's your desire, your sleeping child will rise from the state of death and live in your world. The parable speaks of a judge who was told, "Have no fear of God or man. Considered within you is the judge who will give you everything you ask for if you are as persistent as the widow in the story. Coming at midnight, she persisted in her request until the judge granted her desire by saying, 'This woman troubles me. I will give her satisfaction, or she will wear me out with her continuous visits.' When the light of consciousness does not shine in your accomplished desire, it's midnight. But if you illumine your desire with the light of your consciousness and persist, you will rediscover what you are conscious of. You always surround yourself with the true image of yourself, and what you are is the only thing you can see, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. Observe your reactions to life, and you observe the being from whom you must separate, and thus you begin to identify with the state you have chosen. The separation is accomplished, but your assumption must be a sustained attitude. If, even for a moment, you lose the feeling, regain it, and if you lose it again, feel yourself back to the feeling. Until the state becomes so natural that your thought from that state is normal, the great failure of most true students is that they build perpetually but postpone their occupation. When you enter your desired state, feel its presence surrounding you like an answered prayer, then become so united with the state that your thoughts flow from it. Persist in seeing your world from that state, and it will become a fact. You and you alone determine when the state externalizes. If your mind is so disciplined that it cannot be turned or diverted, the desire of your heart will be reflected on the screen of space. But if you believe in a secondary power, that belief will cause delay. Your consciousness is the power of speech. It's divine without division. There are not two I ams, but one I am residing on many levels. Desire quietly now struggle like Jacob, but when the struggle surpasses the desire, as Israel was born, you may think your name is John Brown or Mary Smith, but your true name is I am, and your dominant state is the divine nature. Divorce yourself from your state of mind and assume a new nature. Persist in your new relationship, and you will give life to the child as a new phenomenon witnessing your creativity. I am internal only if you lack boldness and constantly return to the state you are trying to divorce from. Failure will occur. Desire is a hidden identity. What you want, you already have. If you recognize it as a fact that you are already what you want to be, and do not deviate but keep your boldness in walking in the state of realization that dominates you now, no power on earth can prevent you from expressing it. But you must feel right in the situation of the answered prayer, for only by believing that you already have it will it appear. The one who prays successfully is the springboard of action, and the one who grants the prayer, there is no other being who grants it. The one who receives the answered prayer is the one who grants it by the act of ordering his mind. Learn to rearrange your mind, and if you find yourself walking in the field of prayers without response, turn around and walk in the field of realization. And remember, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. The only reality and substance is consciousness, from which all prayers have their beginning and end. The entire book of Hebrews is dedicated to faith. Faith endures as seeing the invisible. Faith is the substance of things expected. Good news was given to us, but it did not prosper because it was not mixed with faith. The good news is the accomplished desires. If desire is not mixed with faith, it has no validity, For faith is the consciousness of the reality of desire fulfillment. You will see that creation is finished, and we become aware only of larger and larger parts of it. If you limit yourself and your physical senses that contradict all your desires, then faith will be unknown to you. But faith will make real what is invisible. The being you would like to be, even if invisible, will reveal itself and become visible to all when you walk in the faith of its reality. Chapter 7. Uprightness. If you have a goal and fail to achieve it, you have sinned because you fell short in your desire. But if you have no desire, you are incapable of sinning. The upright man, aware of having already reached his goal, cannot sin. In the book of Daniel, we are told to break our sin through uprightness. It has nothing to do with a church or ritual because uprightness is correct thought. In the book of Genesis, the story told is about Jacob's desire to increase his wealth by focusing on a dream. He contemplated the speckled lambs and stripes on the goats and cattle. He then said, "I will hold fast to my uprightness, and I will not let it go. Then my uprightness will answer me in times to come." Follow Jacob's example. Fix your gaze on your dream with controlled imagination and see what you want to see. Believe in your vision, and your faith will make it solid and real in your manifest world, even sitting in your chair. You can assume the state of consciousness you want to possess, even if your reason and external senses deny its reality. Then, like Jacob, you can say, "My uprightness will answer me in times to come." Jacob knew he could not turn to his new state, and maintained a consciousness of having what reason denied, including the laws of genetics. He could achieve his goals. God the Father is not a man, but the dominant idea you serve. The enemies of this idea are those in your own household, your own thoughts. Maintain a dominant idea in your consciousness, and in a way you don't grasp your uprightness, correct thought will cause the manifestation of the desired state in your world. A Pharisee is one who conforms to all rules created by man, one who strictly observes the external purification law of Leviticus. We are told that, unless your uprightness exceeds that of the scribes and Pharisees, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. But seek first the kingdom of heaven and its uprightness, and all these things will be given to you. True uprightness is consciousness. We confuse the word and seek uprightness as a thing, but the consciousness of being is the magnet that attracts a thing to itself. Imbue your consciousness with the feeling of being the man or woman you want to be, and your uprightness will bring it to you. You cannot possess crystallization unless you adopt it. When you have this internal conviction, you become purer and nobler. Christ taught rectitude in his law of identical harvest, saying that, "As a man sows, so shall he reap." Psychologically speaking, a state of consciousness sown in the mind will be reaped in external events. As long as you continue to sow your present state of consciousness, you will continue to encounter similar events in your life. Walk consciously with the sensation of your accomplished desire, and never sin by losing the experience of fulfillment. But you cannot return to your previous state. We are all lost prodigal sons, but it is said that when he returned to himself, he went back to his father's house, and at that moment he was given a fat calf and a ring. When you observe who you are in consciousness and return to yourself by turning back to your Father, the desired state will be given to you. Observe your reactions to life and discover where you are psychologically. If your reactions are unpleasant, you're walking in the mood feeding the pig. But when you return inside to the Father of all life and enter the desired state by assuming its fulfillment, your actions will be loving, persist, and you will step out of the mud into the kingdom of the accomplished desire. There is no such thing as honorable indignation, because man's anger cannot work properly. Nothing is as unpleasant as honorable indignation, as correct consciousness. My goal is to be someone with an expanded consciousness, because I am a teacher, and I must grow as a teacher. This is my aim, and I must remember it morning, noon, and night. I must persist in this state until it manifests in my world. There is a story of a blind little girl who had 5 brothers. The brothers, relying on their senses, went out into the world and lost their way. Meanwhile, the little girl, unable to trust her senses, wove a golden rope, tying one end to her finger and the other to the sun, and she never lost her way. You can also learn to trust the light of consciousness by holding onto the rope, which is your goal, and not merely relying on yourself by consciously walking as the one you want to be. No power in the world can prevent you from reaching your goal when you are conscious of having already achieved it. You have been told to seek first the kingdom and its rectitude, and all things will be given to you. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Turn inward, and you will find the power that produces what nature and your external senses deny. Test yourself by controlling your thoughts, seeing only what you want to see, and listening only to what contributes to the realization of your world as you want it to be. If you continue to control your world in your imagination until one sensation dominates all other ideas, your correct consciousness will respond, and your dream will become your reality. But if you do not feel fulfilled, you can easily be diverted and lose your way. The teachings of the Bible are to elevate you higher and higher in consciousness until the rebirth occurs. There is only one purpose in life, and that is to ascend higher and higher in the vertical barrier of the cross. Knowing the state you want to express, walk as if you were expressing it now. No man who has put his hand to the plow and looked back, once you have moved to a new state, do not look back. The old state or you will return like Lot's wife. She looked back and was transformed into a pillar of salt, which is a preserver. The moment you look back, your previous state pulls you back in because everything exists preserved in your imagination and ready to be occupied. The kingdom of heaven is the highest degree of consciousness, a step higher than where you are now, and each higher level is attained by a change of attitude for the good. There is no problem that cannot be solved by a change of consciousness, and what requires a state of consciousness to produce its effect can never be produced without that state. It is foolish to wait for security while being conscious of insecurity. On the other hand, you cannot be in insecurity if you consciously walk in assurance. You don't have to strive to get what you want. All you have to do is walk in the consciousness of what you have, because an assumption, even if false, if persistent, will actually change. Do not seek to be a better man, but the best in something. Most metaphysical students have no goal claiming that God knows what is best. But I ask you, how can that be when you and God, your Father, are one? Human nature wants the thing to come first, and the belief afterward. That is why I tell you that you must assume the consciousness of already having or being what you desire before the sign of what you have appears. Signs follow, they do not precede. Seek the conscious feeling of having already achieved your goal, and the sign that you already have it will follow. You do not get things and then become right. Rectitude is always a correct observation. Claim the level on which you are now, dying to your present state, for in your Father's house there are many mansions. Let go of your present abode and reach for what you seek. Chapter 8. The Perfect Will of God. Understood psychologically, humanity has an infinity of levels of consciousness, and the individual is what he is based on where he stands at those levels. In the book of Romans, Paul says, not to conform to this world, but to be transformed by the renewing of your mind, to test what is good and acceptable, the perfect will of God. In other words, do not look at the external world and call it reality, but break its enchantment by transforming your thoughts. But you cannot change your thoughts before changing your ideas, because it is from your ideas that you think. Remember that your level of consciousness attracts life and is the sole cause of the phenomenon you observe. To be conscious is to do the will of God, whose name is I Am. By always being aware of what you are aware of, that is what you are. Think on an infinite scale of values as I Am with your desired state just where you are. Oh, God speaks to you through the language of desire. When you desire to elevate yourself, it is God speaking to you, calling you to surrender to the feeling of already being what you want to be. Let go of fear, limitation, and doubt, and submit yourself to God's will. A simple assumption will elevate you to the level where your ideas are identified and where you will begin to see the world differently. This is where self-observation comes in. Do not observe your external world, but your reactions to it. When someone else annoys or offends you, look inside, at the ego listening uncomfortably and expressing itself. It's hard to believe, I know, but you are solely responsible for your discomfort. A lady I know thought her boss was an impossible monster to please. She had formed this opinion of him, and this invisible and inaudible opinion spoke all day, causing actions and words from her boss that made her uncomfortable. Being a funny girl and wishing to change her personal feeling, she listened to her boss compliment her, and she thanked him. In the world where she found herself reverting to her old habit of criticizing him, she interrupted that thought and replaced the recording with praise, gratitude, and congratulations. Within 24 hours, the new recording manifested. When she resigned a year later, her boss begged her to stay and told her that if she ever wanted to return, the doors would always be open. Your internal dialogues are the food of all your future actions, morning, noon, and night. When you catch yourself whipping yourself, consciously break the usual pattern by creating new thoughts, making a new recording so that it manifests in your future. God's will is I am. His will is always manifesting because it is the power that resurrects and gives life. There is no transformative power in time, only in the moment. If you encounter difficulty or otherwise, look within yourself, for it is you calling and speaking to yourself through thought. Listen carefully to what you tell yourself and discover where the difficulty resides. Allow me now to define the being or the soul. It is what you believe, feel, think, and perceive. You can consent to believe that you have been mistreated, that you are stupid, or that their cruelty makes you unhappy. If you consciously consent to this, your level of being attracts into your life, whether it be good, bad, or indifferent. Your soul cannot be changed by joining churches, synagogues, or groups. You must turn to the soul, the inner self that you know, for it is the one that attracts what mistreats you and controls every little detail of your existence. If you harbor a hidden affection for your conflicts, you cannot be helped. But when you consent to be otherwise, then you can change. First, submit to God's will by knowing your ideal. Then, cling to it by imagining what you would physically do if your desire were a fact. Once that is clearly defined, repeat that act again and again until you feel so immersed in it that its realization dominates your mind. When the idea is firmly anchored and your thoughts freely flow from what you see, you will see a change in your external world. Become pure of heart by purging your mind of belief in powers external to yourself. Believe that consciousness is the only reality and introduce yourself to a new state of consciousness, for your world is your home, your externalized state of consciousness. Cleanse your home by observing your thoughts. When you start doing so, you will discover that most of your thoughts are unpleasant. But when you learn to passively think about those that disturb you, your thoughts will lose their discomfort, and with a joyful and grateful mind, you will ascend Jacob's ladder from the self to the kingdom of love. When you have clearly defined your desire, anchor it so firmly that your habitual thoughts stem from the new state. This teaching is not for the weak, or for those seeking to escape life or wanting to point fingers and blame someone else. To find the Christ within you, your hope of glory, you must want to prove yourself to yourself. I tell you, it is yourself that calls all men and manifestations to you. Life is easy when you can blame someone, but I invite you to pray not for an easy life, but to become a strong man, one who bears witness to his thoughts. That is the cause of your unhappiness, not someone else. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind, and you will taste the good and acceptable word of God. It would be acceptable for you to be raised to a higher level. It is the will of God that will not return until it has executed and accomplished all the designs of your mind. You do God's will when you identify with your desire, and if you believe in your rectitude, you are upright, and your world will reflect your uprightness. But if you do not believe, you will lose your way and die in your sins. The only escape from life that matters is a radical psychological transformation of oneself, achieved by identifying yourself with the desire, then changing your thoughts until its effect possesses your mind and yourself comfortably resides in the new state. Remember that your level of being attracts life, and unless that level changes, your story will remain the same. Let your present state die, and by identifying your being at a higher level, truly try. It is not difficult to do. Free yourself from the grip of past wrong relationships by reliving experiences and altering them. Do this by imagining the experience in your mind and saying what you would have said and done if it had happened at that time. Let this corrected image enter your subconscious and resolve not to make the same mistake again through repetition. This technique will extract from you all feelings of hatred, resentment, and other emotional disturbances rooted in your memory. And as you free yourself from these destructive feelings, you will free yourself from their power to attract disease and erroneous results to you. Body relaxation with more mental peace and concentration on the desired object is equivalent to achieving the goal. Anxiety has no creative power. In the school of consciousness, originating from the entity, it provides the power for your experiences in time. So prove yourself, because in this teaching, there is no room for failure. Chapter 9. Be doers of the word. In the book of Hebrews, Paul tells us to rest in the Lord. Why? Because the man who rests in the Lord is transformed into the image in which he rests. If my goal is to be a good teacher, and I rest in that feeling, I will be transformed into that image. Unfortunately, most states in which men rest are negative. Feeling hurt is easy, resting in that offense until that state becomes natural. You may condemn the state and believe others are the cause, but through your feelings of hurt, you will transform into the image of the state you condemn. And if someone seems to cause your discontent, remember there is no other. The state in which you rest causes you to hear silent and invisible conversations. Even if the words are heard by you alone, they act as a magnet and attract the circumstances of your life to you. Be doers of the word and not only hearers, deceiving yourselves. In each encounter I share with you the knowledge gained through personal experience, but I cannot force you to put this knowledge into practice. As a teacher, I hope for results, but as students, I encourage you to test this truth. For if it is true, it will prove itself. Future actions. Always loaded with mental conversations with imaginary beings, become aware of your thoughts, be selective, and make your internal conversations positive. For the mechanical imagination is omniscient. The awakened imagination is positive and noble. Tonight, choose someone you love and rearrange your opinion of them. Engage in mental conversations with this person based on this new premise, and you will become a doer of words. If you do not, you are merely a hearer deceiving yourself. This teaching is to awaken the active and dynamic being that you truly are. Dormant. Your thoughts are negative and passive and cannot change until you critically observe your reactions to life. If you are honest with yourself, you will find an internal being of which you will not be proud, a monster that must be tamed. Tame this monster by filling your mind with positive thoughts and the joy of accomplishment, and you will transform this monster into a being of love. Get into the habit of observing your reactions to life. Give yourself your daily bread by giving yourself the ability to no longer react negatively. Become a doer by recognizing a negative thought, breaking it, and immediately shifting to a good thought. All your offenses, discomforts, self-pity, and belief that others are the cause of your suffering are animals that must be sacrificed on the altar of consciousness. By abandoning all negative feelings, choose the dwelling, the state you wish to enter, and enter that state. The law that brings poverty to one brings wealth to another. Let the weak say I am strong and the poor say I am rich, for only what you affirm within yourself can be externalized. Feel secure by saying I am safe, and safety will manifest. But if you do not feel yourself in the desired state, you will always be exempt from its results, because what demands a state of consciousness to produce its effect will never be produced without such a change in consciousness. You must feel right in the situation of your prayer answered, then live and act in that conviction. If you do not, you will never know the results of that state. Your fortune or misfortune in life has come from your state of consciousness. There is no other cause. Have the courage to accept this, then become a doer, and you will be blessed in all your undertakings. Start now to be aware of what you want to hear yourself say and receive from mechanical and unconscious impressions. What you hear must be filtered through who you are, and who you are is what you hear. Kind thoughts stem from kind ideas created by a kind person, so you can be kind to others, generous, forgive others. An assumption is called the crown of all mysteries. and each assumption is made solely by you. The world you see depends not so much on what is out there, but on the assumption you make when you look at it. The talent embedded within you is your power to assume consciously. Do not bury it by sleeping with your daily reactions. They are negative and mechanical in everything you see and hear. Awake, become aware of what you do and say and rise in consciousness, controlling your thoughts and making them positive, kind, and filled with satisfaction. Chapter 10. The Pearl of Great Value. When you possess the mind of Christ, you are in possession of the pearl of great value. This pearl is imminent, closer than proximity and faster than the present, for the pearl of great value is your own wonderful human imagination. You have always possessed this thought, but like any possession, unless you know it is yours and have the will to use it, it does not exist for you. Believe me, everything in the world was first conceived in your imagination. The house you live in, the car you drive, the clothes you wear, as well as your friends, family, enemies, and strangers in the street, were imagined before they were materialized. Now it is time to control your human imagination and govern it with love. I encourage you to awaken to the discovery that everything you seek in time is contained within you. There is only one mind, with
Hopeful and mighty Babylon can't take we lightly. They don't think me not listen, me I hear everything. Don't know, I have to do everything at once. And powerful words and in confirmation, I don't take them lightly. So the quality of your mind determines your future, not only your future, the way you live right now. Determines the friends who stay close to you, the relatives who stay close to you. Everything is just your mind. That's why you have to be fully in control of your thoughts. No matter what, you know, have nothing else. Everyone is a thinking center. See? So Zion have the highest frequency simply because we not only teach spirituality, we teach science, we teach math, we teach natural aspects of existence. Zion just everything. You know what I mean? And I take great pleasure for bringing these wise books, you know, these wise words, you know, so them can feed up on it, because the reason why I do these things for you to train your thoughts, you know, train your powers, because the Most High, Almighty Papa, Almighty Mama, Almighty Yahshua, test the spirit. You have to test the spirit. So you can't come as I and come sit down and expect, say, everything is going to happen for you just like that. You know, even if you are praying and use the prayer, you have to test the spirit. Yeah, that's why you have to walk into the spirit and truth at all times. You know what I mean? And you want to see great power surrounding in abundance. Just reject Babylon and reject the world. You're in the world, not of the world. You just decide, say, for the first time, you're living at the positive vibration of life. For the first time, you want to lift your frequency. For the first time, you're going to create new thoughts. You have to come out of the old way how you used to live. Or you're going to change your lifestyle if you don't think new. Create some new thoughts. That's why I say, pay attention to your life. As you wake up in the morning, looking at the mirror, look on your face, look on the countenance of your face. You know, my third dimension nickname is billionaire. So you say, power to your eyes, billionaire. You look so billionaire, you look so today. Billions of dollars they wait for you. Billions of dollars already made for you. When you go collect it, what you're gonna do so it comes to you. You know, so you empower yourself. Force your thoughts futuristically. When I say force, yes, force your thoughts to think futuristically. The next 100 years from now, none of your children, no fear beg bread. Because the foundation where you set, where you build now, you set it so when you build on it, life going to be easier. Not only easier, healthier, wealthier, more powerful. So as an individual, creating your standards and setting your foundation for your individual family. How it becomes powerful in a unified form or the universal form is by sharing what you know. So we are each other's teachers. So me teach you, you teach me. Ultimately, don't let a day pass without you do something. progressive. See? Don't let a day pass. And to how the power is so powerful, no care what you think of, no care how great it is or may seems, it starts from a little. Upful Almighty there in Sparta. It starts from a little. If you think $1 billion, it starts from $1. If you think to build a company, it starts from one block. And that block starts from one thought. Many of us have powerful ideas, futuristic ideas. Sit with them. Why are you sitting with them? Get up. Move towards them. You're alone. You're going to find yourself lonely on the journey. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't create no idea nor no thoughts or any creativity that you have to go buy material. Because whatever your thought can think of or anything that's supposed to be created, Mama, Almighty Mama Soil already have all materials within the earth. What is free, it's already free. The only thing you need is energy. You need energy. See, and energy pull our resources. See, so don't sit on your ideas because the Almighty Papa make you sit down for a good idea. Many a times people don't it say you have a great idea. When you sit on it, you go somewhere and see somebody do it. Why? Don't be like the 5 foolish virgins. And it in a millisecond you have to manifest your power. Because remember the Holy Spirit, remember the Almighty Papa, the Almighty Mama. All of us are created equal and them talk to all of us. So you get that idea, you probably get it in a English, and somebody get it in a Spanish, and somebody get it in a French. But ultimately, you see the one who get up and act on it, it have to manifest. Many times I think of ideas back then. And then I just reluctant on it and easy, and then I see somebody start do it. Yeah. Push a foot forward. Yeah, push a foot forward. See? So that's why you see me play these recordings daily. Just for you to educate yourself. Know the power of your thinking center. Know the power of your pineal glands. Know the power of your thoughts. Know the power of your mind. And how to manifest these thoughts perfectly is to start a conversation with oneself. Spend more time with yourself than with others and with people. Create an environment for you and Almighty Papa, Almighty Mama, Almighty Yeshua, and the source and the universe. That's the first thing you need to do. Have time for yourself, a lot of time for yourself. Because that's what I did do 3 years when I was searching for the fullness of truth. It was me, one of the time, me I say, me lonely, you know? And the time never come it and we go tell Almighty Papa, Almighty Mama, say we need company. I did get a woman, yes. Drain me energy. Drain me energy gone right back to zero. So what me really I tell you, say, humble yourself when you seek the heights and you seek power. Just be obedient. That's why Almighty Papa said the highest law in the skies, in the heavens, and in the realms of life is obedient. Be obedient to the orders. Be obedient to the laws. Because what we are doing here, maybe me and you no benefit from it. But we have a whole nation, whole future to benefit from it. So what we have to do? Even make the first step. So be focused. Be futuristic. Be not for yourself after you spend that time with yourself and gain power. Be for others. Be for nations, but most of all, be for your people. Because if you be for your people and teach others to be for their people, then when all people becomes one people, then it's one mission. You see me I say? But however, it's one great family in the earth. For two Babylon confused with education and religion, it's going to take a little time. So we have to teach who willing to learn to go around this, go share it with around this, around this, go around this, go share it with around this. And when everybody start think as one, eat as one, reap as one, create as one, then ultimately It's going to be the divine guidance, the divine oneness. If you go me and say, because I am at the highest frequency and we can say that without another even second thought. This is the highest frequency because it comes with a balance, don't it? It comes with a balance. Up full Almighty one and all, brown shade, which is right. You know, so that's why we play them things. So I say, we listen some more because let me tell you the title of it. Because sometimes we not even look for one title, you know. We just know say the words and I come through mighty and powerful. It named the healing power of your imagination. You see me I say? So don't be afraid to dream. Don't be afraid to lay down all on your back, all on the riverside or upon the sun and just imagine things and a smile. Because that's the beginning of knowledge and that's the beginning of power. If you can't have vision, you cannot sight. And if you can't have vision, you can't create. Because the moment you start visioning, you're going to be a duplication of somebody else's thoughts. As how the world is running today, like the so-called people who take it over from us. What you think about the duplications of our thoughts? Duplications of our ideas up till now, them can't move with the earth from where they. Everything what them do is old to we. You care which technology them bring come and this and that. Them think they're old to we. Deep in my soul, them they think they're old. Me know say there are more modern things are more. Life could be more easier. In these realms of life, where war I go, where we reach us today, where recession I go, when we reach us where starvation I go, where poverty I go, that no exist. A lie. It's a lie. Look, if you can look back where our forefathers and foremothers coming from. Camels, carts, cars pulling chariots. What we they know? We have button press cars now, button press starter. We have self-driven cars now. So in this realms of life, Babylon want to tell we say, recession there, and people are suffering poverty there. It is created. Babylon create that. So what we need to do, go back to true wealth. True wealth is the foundation of life. Every family have a farm. Because once you have food and water, you don't have to worry about nothing. Tell greedy Babylon say must stroke. So what you have to do now? Every family have a farm. Every king, every queen have a farm. And you see when you have a farm, them can't tell us say you're homeless. They can, every farm you have, you just build a hut. You don't have to build no big palace. Just build a hut, cut some posts, cut some trees, set up a little thing. Buy a few sheets of zinc. You know what I mean? Some of them know how to plant certain tree leaves in the forest. If you know how to plant those leaves, you can't wet. Rain can't come in upon you. You see me? Even the bamboo them have a way how you lock the bamboo them. Just like how you see them. They build the sheet of zinc them off of the bamboo them, you know. If you notice how the sheet of zinc them stay, them have the little groove them like the bamboo. So it's just the same. Just to show you, say all you need, you don't have to think about money saying I have no money. There's no one supposed to be homeless. That's a lie. Creativity bring wealth. You're a king. Before you look a queen, you're supposed to put somewhere. You're supposed to make somewhere if you put her before you even look no queen. You can't want a girlfriend and have no if you put her. Even if you have a farmer, have a hut, the queen will feel more comfortable. You know, so she'll come link you up on the farm. Water there, fruits there, food there. And to Babylon around right now, probably even have your own Wi-Fi there. That's why it's set up from satellite, there certain Wi-Fi can work. And you know, Jamaica have one type of Wi-Fi there where you log on to one satellite, something you buy one card. So it's just what you seek, you shall find. So anything you want for the comfort. But most of all, every youth in the Caribbean, every princess in the Caribbean, stick to the farm, plant your own food. So no matter what Babylon do, no matter what them do, as long as you can feed yourself, food and water, you're good. Can't suffer. Because them are going to shame. Because how many money my people them spend worldwide? The money where we spend worldwide, we do the maths already. Just breakfast alone. For a month is 1.2 trillion dollar. I would have say $100 billion. That have just breakfast money we uno spend alone. Lunch hour hour. $3.4 trillion. Just adding from 10 billion people worldwide. They're spending $10 for breakfast. See? So how Babylon, I tell you, say, uno in a recession or uno broke and life hard. How? That is impossible. And I do the math for uno, I said, if 10 billion people in the world, that's your market share at a $1 product. See? And that 10 US where you spend for lunch for the month is $1.2 trillion. And out of that $1.2 trillion, $250 billion is thrown away in the garbage bin because it's not everybody eat half the lunch. Some eat half and dash with half. Some eat 3/4 and dash a quarter. Some even take it home, taste it, put it in the fridge, throw it away again. So obviously, who said them I manage the world and I run the world, them don't know if they run the world. So dig the maths what me I say. We don't worry about them. Here comes Zion, we are build Zion. Slowly, surely. We know say all these things where you see Babylon are telling you is like, not in this time when who them used to call poor, who them would have said the ghetto youth them. And you would have all 15, 20 pair of shoes. Clothes. Hey, the man them have 100 shirt and 200 pants. So how the prime ministers them water this plant of poverty, water the plant of needs, water the plant of recession. Because even last year, they want to say recession in Jamaica. And the Prime Minister come out and say the economy is well. It's the best his pocket has ever felt in years. And while the people them suffer. Why the people them suffering? Because ultimately, they leave their survival up to the predators, the people that who they think meant them good. And if you should do your research or go back in your memory, Zane, just remember this. Our present Prime Minister in Jamaica, Sir Honorable Mr. Andrew Holness. He has a speech right there in front of the whole country. He said he sinned against the people of his country, he sinned against. He's telling you directly, he sinned against everything. And nobody asked him what he meant when he said sinned against the people, he sinned against everything. Why? Him come out come say him sin. Why him could have done so? His own conscience is bothering him. His own conscience. Nobody asked him. And I saw somebody on Facebook yesterday was telling a lie on the Prime Minister. In a good way, not a bad way. He was telling a lie. He was recommending the Prime Minister for COVID. He said he respect him how he deal with COVID and the people. And honestly, why would you go to tell a lie in front of the Prime Minister? To please what? What are you begging? You better tell him say you're begging my money or you're begging one donkey like when I see some woman I beg. I see two more women up in one bush and carry carrot on their head and say, them I beg him two donkey. See, in COVID, our Prime Minister locked down the country with poor people without food. And I tell you, say you can't come outside. Certain hours. So what is he recommending the Prime Minister about? I'm not a politician, you know. I don't vote for none. I don't rate none of the party them. I give the two party them 0 until I say them a deal with equal rights and justice and them really there for the people. Or even do the survey first and ask the people their will. Because everything the Prime Minister is supposed to do for a Caribbean country is for the will of the people. You know, just get up and do what you want to do on your own because the people them don't know the universal rights. I don't even know the rights as a living human being. Me only said that I remember in COVID, my country, the poor people them was told to stay inside without food. Without even like, you know, when storm come in, like they would have tell us, buy up some stuff and store some stuff. You know, so you can at least when you lock them down, you know, so them have couple tin of mackerel, couple tin of something, canned food so they can survive. My country was locked down by this prime minister without food. And it come out. Say the so-called Bill Gates did give him, was it 12 million US. However, him did start one like a $10,000, like him a give. That last a couple days, the next week it disappeared. You have a big thief, a middle thief, and third-party thief. Start bringing on some little bag now with 2 pounds of rice and musty mackerel or something. And Lasco. That's how this prime minister see the people of the country. So if you ask me, what's my take on that? I would simply say, we just need one voice. And the one voice we just need one party. We need one president. We need someone to represent, just one person to represent each countries in the Caribbean. And you know why? Because that person, whoever it is, gonna do their best job. Because it's not two parties, no corruption exists. You're not performing right, then you got to go. And I realize Jamaica is like a starting point for the boiling pot. I realize everything that they try to do to Jamaica wrongfully, them do it to all the Caribbeans them too. But I must say, give thanks to the other prime ministers them of the Caribbeans them who really stand up for their people. Our prime minister, the reason why he won, I remember I didn't vote. I remember I heard the university students, because they are my friends, they lose half of him now, then shame. They were saying that he's younger, so give somebody young a chance. And that's exactly how he win, because we are saying he's young, so he must have brighter ideas and a better heart. I think we were all wrong. And when this young man was standing in front of the prime minister and telling the lies, you could see on his face, he did not honor the lies. He'd be like, find a word to say to escape, and shook his hand and walked. Because he knew within his heart that what he's doing to the people, it's wrong. However, people, he working for a paycheck. So whoever he's working for, he's carrying out the orders of such person, such system, or such demon. Our ultimate responsibility is to make whatever change he wants. And how are we going to make that change or such change? Start looking out for each other, put our differences aside, realize that it's not two parties in the Caribbean, we are one people. And not only one people, we are one global family, and we are one world. All of us bleed, all of us cry, all of us live, all of us flesh dies. So start think wider than the education, wider than the religion that they gave you. But remember, the great change that we need start from you. Whatever you think, don't look on the outside for a solution. Look within. We already see prime ministers come, prime ministers goes. We already see world 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not the one that they certified. Remember, the rebel nations in Africa that bring out their own rebellarity into regularity that take a lot of lives of babies, mothers, visions, souls. So just don't think about our little corner alone. Broaden your horizon, widen your thoughts, and as far as you can look, you can be a change, a part of that change for this whole wide world by simple changing ourselves, changing how we think, looking out for each other. Stop putting material things over humanity. Part the clothes. Throw away these demonic thoughts like, you because you have on Gucci or whatever, you feel like you're better than your brother. We need to throw down Gucci and Versace. Fling it down. Put on your normal clothing. Put on your water boat. Grab your cutlass. Grab your hoe. Go into the mountains. Go farm. You know who's going to be the richest and powerful man, boy? The man them will have farm. Once you have food, that's survival. You have to live. You have to live. I see it, and fight against the farm, and fight against the natural resources, and then I can talk about the world overpopulated now. So them have to go kill off some because them can't feed so much people. Nobody didn't ask you to take up the responsibility to feed people. We were made to feed ourselves. The 3 basic needs belongs to you, not them. Food, clothing, shelter. Let no politician take that from you. A matter of fact, they might take it from you. They might put things in place to make you know say, if you don't have the money, you can't feed yourself, which is lie. Supermarkets are not made for poor people. Supermarkets are made for the uptown so-called rich people, because they're for them and not touch dirt. Poor people, who them call poor people, is the richest and the wealthiest people worldwide. So if you do the maths and reverse the thing, you realize how powerful it is and also how fortunate you is too. Check the ghettos. Think of yourself positive. In the ghetto, nobody pay light bill. Nobody pay water bill. Listen again. In all the ghettos, nobody pay light bill. Nobody pay water bill. You have the biggest TVs. You have all AC. We run 24/7. Then if you are living such kingly life, free, why don't you go farm? Why don't you create something? Why don't you uplift your standard? Why don't you uplift your thoughts? What are you going to do? Live like a smug? Okay, free AC, free food, free light. So does that you go just get up, drink, sex party, because you have one big TV and you can watch Netflix. No. The first thing when we want uno to govern, the first thing, food, farming. Raise some goat then, no? Raise some cows. Raise some bird then, no? You cannot wake up and years pass and you don't do nothing. You don't create nothing. What's gonna happen to your children? And what's gonna happen to their children and their children's children? Because everybody ultimately look up to the father and the mother. You are the first role model. And you don't want to look outside for another role model. Because the role model they find, you probably lose them quick, early. I respect what my mother used to do. She bring me on the farm from early out. Teach me to dig yam hole. Teach me to plant corn. To plow the land. Me know potato bank different from yam bank, different from corn hole, different from peas hole. I'm glad we didn't know that. That's survival. So, we need for us, if we see what got me next 10 years, then we see what me I say. Not even a millisecond of it pass after today when we start call. Who that foreign start call Jamaica? Who that Jamaica start clean up the piece of land where your grandmother and grandfather did dead left give it. And you may not know. Start ask your auntie or your mother or your uncle say, grandfather never dead left no land. You could say, yes, they don't want a place where not ready for you to develop yet. And that you want. And you want Babylon for the far from your place. Dash away pride. Dash away, throw away pride. The only thing you need when you make the chat is your hoe, your cutlass, a file, and one tarpaulin. You know what the tarpaulin is for? You know the big one them? So when you cut stick, you just want 4 stick and you plant them. And you get some other stick and you take whisk or buy binding wire and tie them properly. If you don't have no nail, cheap way. And you take whisk and you tie it. And then you put the tarpaulin on top, put 2 little stones so if when rain fall, you know you're good. And on the side, them, you know you have tie up a little stick, then get some little branches. You know, mosquito come in, you know some mosquito can come in. Build your own little ranch, start farm. Nobody now have to see you, especially if 3 youth come together. You know, like 3 soldiers decide that to do. All you do from the get-go, I come and tell you farming stay. So everybody luck is different. Zine? So, I'm on with bad mind over, you want to 3 on plant 3 acre, I can't. And probably 2 on corn them come more powerful and feel not really come out mighty. You have to educate him. So you have to study nature. Study what you're blessed. Born blessed. Tell him, study what you be more powerful to create or plant. So test yourself before you plant one whole acre of corn. Plant a little patch of corn with a little peas in it, with some pumpkin in it. You want a little square land, you put everything in it all in one farm. Peas, pumpkin, potato, corn, yam, and watch your farm. Study. Because you can't force nature, you can't rush nature. You know. Study. And when you see how mighty your corn them pop, you can't know when you're powerful because the corn them bust out of the earth with mighty. I have some bust out little, but when them grow up and get mighty. So study your energy. Study. And when you study and you see where you're hungry with now, you say, all right. It's a acre of this me I go put in. So you see how important it is for you to be humble. Not go run go plant no 1 acre no peas and you know your hand no agree with peas. Then you go bad mind the man with him peas. Look good, don't do that. Plant one little square land, peas, corn, potato, pumpkin, pepper, everything. And watch which anything we see in your farm where mighty, I say, yes, all right. There's my power there. That one day you plant an acre off. You're upful and mighty to your daddy, you're Miss Billionaire. Upful and mighty. Yes, it's a survival skill that. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And that's what, when you see now, because I say, you know, that, when you look now, say, our foundation, which is our grandfathers, them did smart. Them is smart. Right now, some people in the cockpit country, them father, don't know how the house look. As them wake up, them on a donkey, and go on the farm, go move them goat, then cow, plant some more seed, mulch and manure, plants, take care of stuff. By the time him ready to come home, the sun set. That's his daily job. And the man they live long to. The man they strong and healthy because they're working every day. They must work. And they have a mission. And the man they never broke it. Never broke because if he broke, he can sell 1,000 corn, he can sell 100 pounds of yam. He can sell tomato, he can sell pepper because even in the tourist industry, the hotels them. The man said it's easy if you make money off of the farming are the most certain wealth ever in the earth. The hotels them on loan bridging. Once them know them can't get fresh food from the farm, oh yeah, I say man. Yeah, I say man. One thing I want to change with the hotel them do. See? Don't make the hotel tell us if we bring no 200 pound of yam come, 200 pound of tomato, 200 pound of everything. And when you can't go give them tell us say, them will pay you next month or month. No. Tell them to write the check, you know. The third party man, always a rob you. Can get paid for the first one when you bring coming up. And he might tell you, say no, you fi come next month and then give you the check for this one here. And then receive from you again. So you might always have your money in your back. I gamble with your money. No, not play that. Because one thing we know with farmers, them always sell the crops cheap. Me don't know how the Almighty Papa and the Almighty Mama so great. Almighty Yahshua. When you go up on the farm, go buy, you always get if you want cheap price. Tell me if I know the Almighty Papa make that the price then at the farmer them head. So why you must reap your crop after you plant it and carry it go give a guy? The guy will tell you say month 10 before you get a check. And when you go for that the check, you have to bring back the same amount. So you always have a check in the back for you. No, that's not right. That's the only part I want to cut out. None of you owe people. See people who farm, don't owe them. Because they have to wait from season to season to season. So him wait so long for the yam come to maturity. Wait so long for the corn fit. Wait so long for the peas ready. Wait so long for the okra. And you are go hold him again if you wait long for the money. No man. Don't do them that, man. Don't do that. That's not right. No, me do the maths and that cannot right. Because my stepfather, that the hotels them used to do him. Mr. Hamilton, every minute, Mr. Hamilton, him phone a call and through him humble. He run gone. Sometimes him, have enough. Him have to trust people lime. A lime is a whole of money in a lime business. A hotel want lime. Hotel want sibling orange. Hotel want yam. Hotel want pumpkin. Hotel want melon. Him have to walk around with book now. I trust people things, Sometimes I get him in a problem. Because the hotel wait long for a month to pay. And wicked than that, sometimes 2 months in drop off a second load and they don't pay him neither. Because the middleman take this advantage of the farmer, especially when you see you're humble. So one thing we can tell people, don't owe no farmer. Don't owe no farmer. Because I know say anytime a farmer sell your food, them don't give the exact weight. If you buy 2 pounds of yam, you're going to get 2 pounds and a half. If you buy a dozen corn, you're going to get 2 pounds it. That's a farmer stay. Natural law. You see me? And even the higglers, them who buy farm products to go to the farmer's market, they got a choice. If they go to the farm and buy, they get the farm price. If the farmer have to bring it, go meet them somewhere, more money added onto it. So, to me, I always say this, I think the most honest bread ever is farming. Because you have to study nature, you have to study time, you have to study season. So therefore, you have catch crops, you have fast crops like carrots, tomatoes, lettuce, cabbage, callaloo. So you see, you can't dead if you're hungry. You can't dead if you're hungry when you start farming. Because callaloo, quick. Carrot, quick. Cabbage, quick. The yam them take a little bit younger. The plant and the banana take a little bit younger. Irish potato take longer. Sweet potato take younger. So you are going to eat healthy on the farm. All you have to do is when you try to do so, say you hold some cornmeal, some wheat flour, and your little sugar. See me? And ultimately, say you can't farm without cane. You see me? I say, so, I remember when I used to be on my farm. And when we follow my stepfather and my mother go at his farm. He said, I wonder, you can't hungry ripe banana, cane, okra. And mommy I teach you if you eat the okra raw. I say you can't just pick the okra and eat it same time. So with them dry, we can't make them dry, they disappear. Because the dirty paper where Babylon create come give you. And I tell you, say without the paper you cannot eat. You can't eat that paper, It don't make no sense you have $10 million and dead for hungry. That don't make no sense. So if you have $10 million in the bank and don't have a farm, that don't make no sense. Then you don't realize what go on now. The genetic and the lab tech food the Babylon create, it has no value. It has no value. Ultimately, when you read the labels, anything that has to do with values of the property of the food, you see 0, 0, 0, 0. The only thing you see is calories. What is calories? Who create calories? What's the use of calories? And why you have to be burning calories? Naturally, you was not made with calories. You know, in a sense, you're alive and you can't feed yourself. You have to can't feed yourself. Then how you go want to raise a family if you can't feed yourself? We did have, you know what, the greatest lesson where we learn, we never really, to adapt naturally in our life, we never really see the significance of it. I remember when families used to come from abroad, or neighbors or good friends of my grandma, they used to bring her one like a $3 US, or one like a $5 Canadian, and mama hide it somewhere in the bed foot. She don't remember it. Rat eat it sometime. For sure said we already survive without money. And I don't say we don't need money. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying don't let it be the God of your survival. We have chickens. I'm not talking about white fowl. We have common fowl. We have chickens. Mama raise hog. Mama raise cow. Mama raise goat. Mama raise rabbit. We have plant every food. We have every fruit trees. So we didn't see the use of money. We weren't even going to hospitals. Because anything you have, there's a herb for it. Every sickness, there's a herb for it. Even if somebody get a chop or a great cut, grandparents will laugh and say, come here, man, come here. Oh, it bad, you know, it bad. And they rub up 3 different leaves. Any different leaves. Just 3 different leaves. And rub it and just squeeze the green juice of that whatever leaves you pick. Any 3 leaf, mama say. And squeeze it in it. And tight. And when you reach home, you hop or somebody carry. When you reach home, mama does boil some water with some salt in it. Look on it, look how the cut set. And she bought it. And she tied. Sometimes she used to have some capsule. I think some antibiotic capsule. I always put on some red capsule. And it depends on how the cut look. Should we go for one or should we put it in it? And she tied that foot. And in no time, foot ready again. The only thing, we never know about stitches, so it well and you're strong and it leave that big scar. That mark the struggle. You're the red and black one for true. Thank you, Phyllis Blake. The red and black one for true. What's the red and black one for true? All them always have the red and black one, them put up. A true. And then when it left from the red and black, it got to pure red. You're right. It was red and black. Yeah. And then after the red and black, it got to the pure red one. So I'm just telling you how we used to live. And back then, we didn't have any little kids like popcorn. No little you would never 20 and short and 4 feet like Popcorn Nation. They would eat organic. When we go to school, some people have to wage big tall. Like them a big man and big woman, we have to say, you know, I have to recheck them age again. You see what I say? You know what I mean? Yeah, because we're eating the right organic food, you know what I mean? And then we used to drink the cow's milk fresh. As it come out of the cow breast, we are drink that. See? The strongest milk, them say, is the goat milk. Mommy afraid of it, so me never really drink it. My stepfather make it in a porridge. And when he put the goat milk in the porridge that tastes different, more mighty and stronger. See? Coal bush now used to be the water grass. I don't know if you know water grass. Used to be the water grass. That used to be with coal bush. From a coal, water grass. See what I say? If it's flu, fever grass, or peppermint, or mint. What they call black mint. Yeah, so we know about church. So we know we don't already accept, say there is Almighty God. So we accept good heart, good thoughts already. So you can imagine you function in that frequency. See? And then we wise enough to know, say, when we have picked the herb bush them, we talk to the herb and tell the herb thanks. When you have pick herb to heal you, you have to talk to the herb and tell the herb thanks. Therefore, if you know, say, you're going to tell the herb thanks, you're going to know how to broke the herb. You know, how to pick bush. See, you know, I'm going to pick the bush to kill out the herb. You're going to pick it with knowledge and with wise. And tell the herb thanks before you use it. You know what I mean? So enough of things. And we cannot neglect that because of Babylon. If we neglect that rich wealth, our kids now are going to survive. What I see coming the next 10, 15 years, none of will include them now going to survive or Babylon are coming. Because everything them are making a lab. What are these people doing? What are these people doing? It looks the same, smell the same, taste the same, no value. And there's a juice that they have in America in a nice little packaging. They call it Grace Kennedy, right? And they will tell us, you have ginger, pineapple, sorrel, fruit punch, and all that. But when you read the label, everything, vitamin C, everything does 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Excuse me. It's only calories. I wonder if Grace Kennedy know about that juice there. Or is one of the Chinese them tricking the box? I need to make a video of that juice. I want Uno to send it to Grace Kennedy. I mean, not think Grace Kennedy make none of that. That's a lie. Enough product we see out here with Jamaica name funny. And some. I know Jamaica that come from. They can't trick we. They trick people. Hopeful Almighty K24, the CMTO. Leaf of life, though. Leaf of life. Yes. Leaf of life. Hopeful Almighty. Sure. Yeah. So them can't blank with memory. Can't blank with memory. Can't blank with memory. I mean, I tell you, say, no matter where Babylon do, they might duplicate the brands them out here for real. Some things when I see Jamaica and especially Grace Kennedy. And you know, so them have some Grace mackerel out here to wear. And no mackerel. Come like Jack get in the box. Only we as true Jamaicans know. But people out here who wants to eat what we eat and want to just get your vibe of Jamaica, and they're buying it. They're buying those products. So when we go so boom, boom, boom and buy it and go, so we say, what is? This is not Grace. What is this? You know? Mr. Jack get caught in the box. And they have someone named Jack Mackerel. Joke. See what I say? So, it's simple me I say, my people, man. Farming is the way. Farming is the way. And the herbal medicine, the herbs, get back to the herbs. And I was speaking this morning over Zion, saying that we realize that people farm food and farm vegetables and not even look for say we can farm the herbs them. The herbs them grow naturally in the hills, you know. Naturally them grow. Every herb you need for your health and medicinal herbs, they grow in the hills. So why not farm them? Why not foster them? You know? We need to start grow some herbs for real. So that's why I show you say if a wealthy I look, you know, it's easy, you know. You just have to find out what you really want to do. Because even if you plant herbs alone, you're good. Plant the whole of the herbs, them, trunk back. You see what I say? You know what I mean? Some vital herbs were good for you. See me, all one of them with name Dark Blood. That one name Fall Down Bush. Yeah, some names, we ancestors them know if we give them some name here, man. All of them herbs I'm tell you, Dark Blood, Fall Down Bush, Guinea Hen Weed. Hey, I tell you. I remember, and you know what? When me left country, believe it or not, I could go in the mountains and tell you every name of every trees. Not every herbs, you know. Every names of every trees me used to know. And most of the herbs me used to know the names. Nobody had told me that this was a valid education system that should have never part from my mind. I did not know. By the time I come live at Kingston and I survive in the concrete jungle in a different way, by the time I go back home, go visit mommy, I don't remember nothing what the herbs them name. I don't remember what they name, you know. You fall along bush, good for arm spraying. Bruise like when you fall along and drop and you get butter blood, they say good for butter blood. That's the exact word mama would have said. You drop on, you play football or you drop off a tree or something, long as you don't broke up. Then you go pick the fall down bush and boil it, give you. See for yourself a billionaire, I confirm it. Yes. Vervine, I one of them too. And who remember the one where it looked like callaloo and it have one little red flowers on it. It won't grow like callaloo, you know. It kind of, the leaves are like black mint and one little red flowers growing at the top. I forgot what I want the name. I want there is a good bush too. It's good to cleanse the blood as well, all right? Yeah, Miss Billionaire, I tell you that. Yeah, the fall down bush. The dark blood bush now is a little green bush with one little red thing go up in the ears like Janko knows well. I don't know if you understand. One little red something come out of it with some red little berries on both sides. Yeah, remember the dark blood. Can't miss that one there. You see me? Janko knows well. What is yeah. And also now, I'm going to tell you something now. See? I'm going to show you how powerful nature is. You see, we are talking about the power of the mind, right? I'm going to show you how powerful the mind is, right? I know, yeah, one named Mugwort to Marva. Mugwort, haven't heard of that one. You can educate us about that one. I'm going to tell you something now. Who know, catch that one here. My uncle and my grandfather tell me, say, anyway you see drunker make nest, them always make it. Drunker are the scavenger fowl. Them always make nest way up on a rock, like far out where nobody can go. See? Them always make it on, you know, like you're going to the mountains, you see one rock. It's impossible to climb go this up. The drunker always make nest this up. This of them live. Grandfather said, you know, them time you say people, spiritual people who seeking power. All you have to do if you want a certain type of magic or power, go to the river, try kind of when you got the river enough time, you find a stone with shape like an egg. Zine, Ramgo dash along is good to war, Ramgo dash along. Hopeful Almighty 8 Queen. Them say if you find a stone that shapes like an egg, and you find the drunkenness, and you take out one of the egg, So the drunkard have 3 eggs in there. And you take out one of the egg. And you throw it away. And replace it with that stone. The drunkard, eventually, I go hash the same 3 young birds, young crows. Remember, 3 eggs and you dash one. You just simplifying a stone with shape like the egg and put it there. To how the drunkard mind, his to mind is powerful. He still has 3 chickens. And after him hatch those 3 chickens and fly away, them say if you go for that stone and keep that stone, I say you're lucky forever or you're powerful or whatever. So you see how powerful minds is and thoughts is? The drunkard didn't know it was a stone. The drunkard doesn't know it's a 3 egg and the power where the drunkard have. If bird 3 hatch 3 chicken, still hatch the 3 chicken. And they must say something like, that stone there after them, the drunk of life, and then it says, go for that stone and carry it in your pocket or whatever. Anywhere you go, it said harness some mighty power in some form or way. Up full of mighty, Max. Yeah, man. So, as a little youth, me did always turn and listening and, and always I hear these things. Also, them say now, it is more like to the darker side. Like them I say, if you want to get back at somebody, like you put like the clothes what them sweating on now, like in a pan, right? Like in a panel pan, like what I say, half a drum then. And anyhow, no care where they anyhow you catch a black post. And you put the post in that drum with that person clothes and put fire underneath it. Anyway in there, judgment take it. Me, as a little youth, me listen to me and say, eh? And grandfather say, yeah man, them people work them little thing and them say also, if you do it with a serpent to a trouble, if you put a serpent with a man, lock him up in a. Let me say the serpent disappears. They like certain serpent, like you put him in a same iron something with the person sweat clothes, put it on the fire. And when, like them I say, when you put it on the fire, anyway the person there man, judgment. You see me, because the cat thinks that person they hurt him. You see what I say, or the snake thinks that person they hurt him. So anyway in there. You see what I say? Yeah. So we are powerful people, we are spiritual people and powerful. I'm not giving you any tips or tricks to do nobody, nothing. I'm just telling you how we grew up in the village and certain things, where we detect for granted. Now as we grow up, we can look into it and I say, that I go on. Oh, them never give a clothes with sweat for true. And then I put on no dirty clothes like that to them put water upon it. Them always throw them not put it down like that and throw it, make it soak. Sometimes they soak it in the water till it stink. You're smart. And also, the outside water catchment where you have now, them always put a something with them called, they put something in there with them called, cocoon, flat black something. Once you drink, because you used to drink from the outside drum, where the rainfall often in the cockpit countries. When we come from in a center, rainfall like every day or every other day. Because that shows you the Almighty Papa. Hey, nobody can tell me about the Almighty Papa and the Almighty Mama and the Almighty Yeshua. Them can't tell me that, You see when me born and grow, no water, no pipe water, no dead virgin. I remember we never run out of water yet. Rainfall every other day. How the Almighty Papa Almighty Mama know say them people are not have running water. If fall, rain so often, so your drum full, your tank full, and Mama wash every day, and we never out of water yet. In matter of fact, we drink the best water. When you draw some water out of the tank and put it in a glass, it frosts like a fridge it come out. They go me and say, the carcoon now. What we do now when we wake up in the morning, all of us are trained to look in the drum And when you look in the drum, if you want to see the carcoon, we throw the whole drum of water. I mean, say the water poison or germs in there or something. So you see? You see? You see? We are powerful people. Mommy and daddy always say, looking at the drum first. And then anyhow the carcoon sink, the water have germs or it poison. We call it thunderball. Yeah, I hope it's the same thing. It's a flat brown thing, dark brown thing. Yeah, and I think daddy used to make something with it too, like you drill a hole in it, you use elastic pan and you play it like a fiddle. Yeah. You know, my stepfather, you know what I mean? May his soul rest in peace. Yeah. So remember something I said, those, what they told us now, when we start going to high schools and go out in the world, they make it look like what we know wasn't nothing. Is the new education now is what counts. And that's what helped to damage our brains. That's what damage the most powerful part of our existence. That's what damage our survival skills. You know what I mean? So, because I didn't know how expensive castor oil was. And that was my side hustle for my grandma. Because me and my brethren, them grab bag and we gone up in the hillside and we go and pick oil nut. They call them oil nut. See? Oil nut. And we birds eat them too. So we are set Calaban and we are set Calaban, use the same seed, catch with birds. And so when we go, we are come back with birds plus the oil nut from mama. I can make castor oil naturally. In no time, in a millisecond, I know if you do that. Don't even know it was so expensive. And yet still mama used to make a lot and give it away free. Anybody will come from foreign, I always come from one quart buckle. You know what I mean? Also, I used to make the arrowroot porridge. I used to make the syrup for arrowroot porridge. Naturally, that was my side hustle. I didn't even know them things that were so expensive now. I can guarantee you right now, if me go into the oil nut business right now, the castor oil, $1 billion business that I mean say, so we want to hurry up and go play, we make that in a millisecond. And I think no say it's a great skill that. You see me? Yeah, man. So we need to go back to roots, go back to the foundation. Give up Babylon world. Allow Babylon for a minute. Leave them alone. Go back to the foundation. Go back to life. Go back to health. Go back to the cockpit country productions. You know, spend some time in a nature. Yeah? You know how sweet it is to be by the river. You know, the best feeling I ever felt is when I used to go to Cranbrook River. That's when I was in St. Anne's Bay. But also, you ever walk through the forest and just hear the noise of the water? 9,000 a buckle? What you say? Castor oil a lead. Castor oil a lead. What for money that? I tell you, that's like probably 20, 30, 50, or 60 US a bottle. You know how much money that? Yes. Upful Almighty. So, as we there Zion and we are prepared for we start a movement. The first movement we start, which is farming. Every queen, every king knows say how the land them we have. Jamaica there. Have to start farming in a millisecond. They go me and say, yes, bruh. Yes, Papa. This way there. We must can feed ourselves and then ultimately everybody as I know so the food them what we have plant and all that we are going to sell. You see we have some we are going to give away some. Because one thing with farming you have to know say you can't sell everything. You have a certain amount where you give the village and a certain amount where you sell. You see what I say? So that's what makes the world a better place. Not everything you have to sell. You have to give away some too. You see me? So charity of unite. And as I say, you have to know the law of forgiveness too. Because you can't give no strong man and no strong woman where could have go farm too. And I watch you a farm and I want food. No. You give to grandma, grandpa, And you know, like the little baby, like you know, some baby born now, they give mama 2 pieces of saffy and say, go on, give a little sweet potato and Irish potato for the baby, for the youth them. And you salute and you're gone. Go on your ways. You see me I say? Yeah, even if you're a superstar or whatever you want to say, have your farm, Bridget. Have your farm. Have your farm. You know what I mean? Yes. So all of the crown land them with water right now, people know. Some people bless, born blessed. Some people have power in the earth, you know. Some people have wealth, you know. Some people have land with the river run through it and not farm it, you know. Some people have land with the river run through it and never go upon it yet. Out here watch TV and I follow Babylon. What? Hey, by the power of Almighty Papa, Almighty Mama, Almighty Yeshua, me know me must get piece of land with water, a river run through it. Remember me tell you, I'm my yard that, I'm my bed, me not leave there. Yeah, backyard farming is a great thing too, you know, Tamika. See, you touch one point there. Backyard farming. Yes, not care where you live, as me I say, don't use the excuse because you're not in Jamaica. Go to the pot, go to Home Depot and buy some of the little flowers pot then with topsoil and plant you something them around the back same way. Yeah. Plant your little tomato, your little lettuce, your little pop chai, your little cucumber. Yes, involve. That's health. And health is what? Wealth. And I was talking about this morning too, before I came out here. Your intake. Let me see if I can see. Your intake. I guess the intake goes off how much your height, your build, and how much your weight. Ultimately study a human intake for the day. That's simply being said, una say una want look good or no, una want this big bang belly to go away. Then simply me I go see. I think the cyber god always have that. All you have to do study the amount of food you're supposed to intake for the day. See, so study your intake for the day, and just deal with juice and water and fruits for the rest of the night out. See? What is the average intake for take of food for one person per day. Alright? So the cyber god going. Hey, I want to with the cyber god today. Nah, look at the calories, you know. Hey, them not easy, you know. They must say 2,000 to 2,005 calories per day. We never talk about to maintain their weight depending on the age and gender. See, we didn't know. But I didn't want to hear about the calories. I did actually want to hear about the amount of food. So let me change it to the amount of food, to the average. Our intake seems it married to calories. This is the average amount of food. First, what is the average amount of food for one person per day? Let me see that. For an average adult woman, same calories. We don't know them love calories. So. But obviously, we know say a person can do without food for at least 3 days if you have water. So what you have to do, study your own system, study your own body, because see cyber god that tell you about calories. You know, you don't burn no calories, that are trick. Because everything what they make for poison, we don't have nothing else, always calories. So they might say calories can eat. No, sir. That's what they mistake. You know they on that. We are talking about right then. For example, if you have to eat rice, say 1 cup of rice for the day, you know, and you'd say half a cabbage, 3 carrots, You know, minimize your thing. Because you see, your mind is powerful, but yet still, if you don't know how the law of use your mind, because if you alone live and you cook a big pot of food, listen how powerful your mind is. Big pot of food. And the food tastes nice. And you eat a plate. By the time you eat the plate and turn on the TV for lazy or what Netflix, you know, see, by the time you see somebody in a movie, I eat food, your mind. You know, say you want food and you go eat that next plate. Third plate food. By the night you're out, you look on the big pot. And you say, then who eat up this food here? And see your belly, you're uncomfortable now, you can't. So your mind. So all you have to do, work within work your mind the right way. Cook a little small amount. Cook a little small amount. Yes, a little small amount, and then it's the fruits and water. I don't really go juice, I go water. I mostly go water. See? Mostly go water. Your intake for the day, study yourself. Build a plan. Come up with a plan for yourself. So that will save you the gym, that will save you the laziness, that will save you the you pop down when you have sex, you don't have no energy for sex and there's something there. So study your intakes, not only the amount of food, the vital food them for your body also. You see me I say, because one thing you can't talk till God come. You see the alpha them, you have to make sure you don't eat this food them if you keep on strong. See? Make sure you don't drink up your roots them if you keep on strong, because when you don't see how the omega them, you see how the queen them strong, you see them body look and them bumper cock up naturally, and you know, them, one thing with them don't play when it come, them forget for them love making, they don't play with that. So you can't fault in another area there. You go what I say? Can't fault in another area there. So I think vitality, health is wealth, especially for the alpha them. They know the omega them know for them thing already, you know. Think of them mostly do more cooking than alpha. Me love the kitchen. See, me love the kitchen. Me just love cook. Wow, me na my zone, me cook. Breakfast in bed, my amiga get dinner in bed, lunch, everything. Me love cook. See, when me na my zone, me love cook. Nobody can touch me kitchen. Yes, you can. Me just love cook as my wake. My mind don't tell me what me I go prepare. You see me, my mind, you know, so everybody mind set away. Cause me, alright, for example, if me I go out, my spirit already decide what me I go wear already, you know. So me don't have no problem with clothes. And my spirit just tell me, say, alright, and that one day I go wear and wear. And in my mind, boom, boom, boom. Same so with food. As me wake, you know, so this me I go do. This me I go prepare. Yeah, the only thing is to trick myself with is to cook too much. Cook too much now, me now but I cook too much no more. Me I go narrow it down to a little bit and just use water to go out. You know, just see grow right and stay right and your clothes. You know, some nice t-shirt where you see you want to look good in your clothes, so you gotta make sure it's eat right, you know. Eat for live. You know, eat for balance. You know what I say? It's big plate of food and this long jug of juice. Don't do it. You stress your intestine, you pressure your organs. Because if the organs, when if you weigh, say if you weigh 132 and you eat and reach 200, you can have an heart attack. You pressure the organs, the kidney are overworked, the lungs are overworked, the heart are overworked. You dig what I say? So study yourself. If you want good on your health, study yourself. You see what I say? Yeah. Now, me now go forget that today is manifestation Thursday. Like today is when anyone can come up, come talk where you know some, talk your story or somebody else's story. Hopefully I might in Asia. Asia. Hopefully I might. So today is the day when anyone can forward up, come speak of something will happen in your life where you know it's the Most High. The Almighty Papa, the Almighty Mama, the Almighty Yeshua done that for you. Or take you through that situation. Or you know of a story of someone, a family member where you know it's must be Almighty. Must be a higher power. Pull that person through. Yeah. There is some information reaching us now. You know, since Yeah, one thing, we don't want to take Truth Global platform for truth. Hey, from the Truth Global Covenant Rise, a beer truth about us from east, west, north, and south. So this morning we get to information on the birth certificate to get a more understanding of what going on. Even though I've never been distracted, I speak about it, but in the higher form, the spiritual form, where we know say it wrong, mama shouldn't sign a birth certificate. However, some people send some fine prints, some fine details of what really take place. It's not for me to really talk about that argument, but it's for you to really go seek and search for this birth certificate thing. Because we know there's something wrong with it same way. They go me and say, so do your maths. However, we're busy. I prepare now, I prepare Zion, I prepare food, I prepare wealth, I prepare harness ideas one place and make you know say you're a creator. You're gods, you're a goddess, you're not no servant, you're not no slave. By every birth certificate, you're still registered as a slave. See? For them business that. Our business now is to break the spells, break these bondage. You know what I mean? I say, represent yourself as a true human being. Represent yourself as a creator and not a slave or a worker upon them farm. Boy, yeah. You see what I say? So we together we can do it. The picture, why I use this picture as a background, the motto of that picture, together we can move mountains, even without tools, with our bare hands. So if you can see all those people, right, and the mountains where exist in front of us, means the lies, the confusion, the misled, everything, with our bare hands, we can make a difference. They go me and say, if you look at the picture, good, look at the picture. See it? Bare hands. All of us together can move any mountain. Any mountain. Can you imagine all of us get up and say, yes, this mountain have to move today? It have to move. With the will, the strength, the power that's within. So that's how we have to use our energy right now. See? Right now, not tomorrow, no millisecond, right now. So me I be gonna do. Every day that you're in this existence, don't go home or go to sleep unless you do something good. It doesn't have to be money. Even a word of advice. Even share your lunch in a two, you buy a lunch and you have to work and you see somebody get tied up, them never really get to come off a lunch. And you they get, they never really finish them. And you come with your lunch, you can share it. You can say, I'm sharing my lunch with you. You know, you want some, yeah, do something good before you sleep every day. Just try, remember, to do something good. Can you imagine everybody in the earth? Make sure they do something good before the day, before the sunset. In a millisecond, the whole globe change. You see what I'm telling you, sir? So it doesn't even take great effort to change the whole world or the whole concept of where Babylon are going. Because Babylon learn to divide, to break, to take. Only thing Babylon do is disguise, counterfeit, and fake. Because if you look, we have to step up now. We have to step up now. The earth is boring, a duplication of our thoughts and our ideas. All them do, they make it little different. Every day them build a car different. Them build a AC different. What we give them again? Stoplight. We give them herbs. We give them spice. We give them everything. All they do is just different colors. Them are add to. And we are gods, man. We pass that, man. We have a whole lot more things to create. A whole lot more things. Them not saying nothing yet. So we're not waiting on no one. Cause obviously nobody know have a hand tie up. Nobody no put no pan up our head. So we get rid of the narrative, get rid of that narrative like the prime minister has anything to do with your upbringing or your outcome or your success. It's a lie. Stop focus on social media, stop focus on bad news, stop focus on what prime minister do, stop focus on politician. First, me telling you to focus from is the farm. Interdependency, food, clothing, shelter. Buy back a sewing machine, put on the yard. Every home when I was growing up used to have a sewing machine. You know, buy back one sewing machine, put it on the yard. As some, you know, say Jamaican people, them are the real kings and queens, you know. We used to design our own clothing even when we go into a party. And if we know, say, we auntie or whatever got married next month, we start deal with clothes from this month for that wedding. That's how special we take things. When did we get here buying cheap clothes from some people? When did we get here if Chinaman and Indian are bringing some cheap clothes when I wear clothes? When did we get here? Depending on Gucci or Fucci or whatever, Versace. I know we that. We are royal people. We build with own clothing. We don't need brand. And we clothes them used to serve longer. Yes, 8 queen hold on for your sewing machine. I'm a tough fuck, you know. Remember, you know, one thing me know say the creativity drop. Sheet. I remember sheet for beds. Nobody never used to buy sheet. Then live at the cloth store, go and buy a cloth store. Who can sew a sheet like mama? I remember the patchwork sheet them. What pretty so. I want to say, hey, let's get back to basic. Eh? Is that the legacy the one we left behind? You must say mad. Yes, the flower bag. Yo, the boy them change the flower bag for mama. They start bringing some plastic rice bag, you know. Yeah, you remember the cloth flower bag? That bill underpants for papa. That bill drawers for mama. Hey, we are telling the flower bag, hey, they're afraid that we steal it up. Anything what they give, you know, we turn it in a gold, you know. Oh, what kind of people we be, man? Anything what they give you, and things say, I look down pan, we turn that in a gold. Remember the flower bag there, man? Some bird eye nappy come out of that. Remember the bird eye cloth, the white bird eye cloth, eh? We used to make nappy for the baby them. And the flower bag. Hey, I want to them. Up mighty race. Yes. So hold on now. So nobody now send no request forward or say something. That time gone, you know. Nobody want to come up, come say something, send in a request, you know. You see? Or we call it this manifestation Thursday. I don't know what the thing go. You see me? I used to add random people, yeah? So I'm going to add some random people again. Come up, come say something. Anything. We're there. Welcome. The platform in a top farm.
Upful and mighty.
Upful and mighty.
Report to the truth.
Yeah.
Yes,
People
man.
not hear them, right? Yeah, hear them. Upful and mighty.
Upful.
Almighty, all kings and queens.
Yes, yes.
Mighty. Can't take it lightly.
Hold on. Anyone in the comment section and I hear them, right? And I hear them clearly. It's about here, can't jam. And I hear I speak Ish. Oh, okay, cool. Let me hear them. That's all. Yeah, Isha, welcome to the platform.
Yes, brother, I give thanks, you know. Yes, man. Divine gratitude, divine gratitude, divine gratitude. Yes, man.
There's any story you would want to share with us today, like something, some event in your life where you know so must the almighty powers will pull you through?
Yes, man, the witness of your sight been taken away and returned back to you. Returned back to me, that was nothing but the works of the Almighty, you know. In a milliseconds, you know, I lose my sight and regain back my sight. And, you know, show me exactly where it's coming from. So, if I never for the Almighty, today I wouldn't be able to see the platform, the face of the platform. So, you know, so the works of the Almighty bring me through that, you know. and open up a third eye also, and me coming back after the sight of my eye. From that day until this moment, yes, I'm seeing fairer and looking deeper.
Hopeful.
Yeah. Sometimes some things happen in our life and we break down, but when we come back up forward, come back up stronger and to do the most righteous thing, you know? Because as I
Hopeful.
say, we can sin unknown and knowing. The things that you know that is wrong and do it, you can accept it. But the things that you don't know that you have done, and you're helping us to get across that. So,
Hopeful.
you know, that's my piece for today, because that is the most important thing
Yeah, man.
that I can
Divine
stand on right
gratitude.
now.
It's a
Yeah,
pleasure sharing the platform, you know?
yeah.
Face of a billionaire.
Excellent.
Who's billionaire?
Hopeful and mighty.
Hopeful and mighty.
I'm
Welcome.
full and mighty, Queen.
You know, say to that
Yeah,
manifestation, day, as me say, you know, say,
a
today
story
when you
from
share a
20.
story, where you know where happened, you know, say, I must the Almighty, Papa Almighty, Mama Almighty, Yeshua, bring you through such situation, you know?
Yes, King. For real. This story happened about 2015 when it's a unique story, something with the whole and very excited to, although the most I have done so because I remember when I was working in St. Catherine, the time it was in 2016, and I was working at an establishment where after the environment you feel tried to leave. Then after a while, over here was so dry and dusty and developed this something we didn't call asthma and all these things. So I had to even recuperate and I couldn't go on the road to do my little business or anything like that. And things just went down from me where it got so low that I couldn't even buy food to eat. However, there was a mango tree at the back of the house where I was living. And it was an East Indian mango tree. And I always look at a mango tree for something to eat whenever I don't have any food. It was mango season. And I remember that specific day when I woke up, I had nothing to eat, no mangoes, ready, nothing. Because when I woke up and went outside, somebody already, that specific day, somebody already first and picked them and then take off the mango outside. So, yeah, may I say, I'm going to eat today, I'm going to eat, and this is mighty God. You have one mango, if you look up at the tree and see even one ripe mango, you know? I'm not hungry, and I'm telling you, like, I'm hungry. And I have nothing to cook, nothing to eat, all the water. And the day went by and the evening, like the sun was going down. And I keep, going around to the back of the house and I look into the mango tree and I could have only see one mango. See, not even fully ripe, but turn, but I feel good. And believe you me, man alive. You see, before the sun go down, I look up, like me say, it's still say, look up in the pinnacle of the tree, at the top. And I see one little lean something, I speak true. Mango yam and I want ripe leaf, I want ripe mango leaf. And I couldn't see it so good because the sun was shining in my face, so I couldn't see it properly.
Hopeful and mighty.
Anyway, when the sun begins to go down, and the sun will come out, and after the building and after the tree, it kind of gets like darker, so you can see on the mango tree. But trust me, you see when I look at the tree, our mango that I see, said, really, our mango? He said, no, go on and eat it. You up. It's a big fat yellow mango there. He said, how me go get it down? I said, way up, you know. Me don't know how they mix that one there. You know, so it's like, no, you put some stick together, put something and tie it up, and put it up there, and pull it down. And when you pull it down, they say, God, don't make it drop because the height where it come from, and you will drop it down again. They say, Father God, don't make it drop from myself. And trust me, prayer answered from seeing that mango to how when we pick the mango drop from one of the limb in the boot, and the limb catch the mango, and the mango finally fall to the ground and never have a scratch on it. That was the meal for that day. My only meal that I had for that day. I prayed for the mango, to see the mango in the tree, and that's my meal for that day.
Hopeful Almighty.
Yeah.
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 Hopeful Almighty.
It's like a
Babylon
money.
can't take we lightly. Yeah, we speak of the Almighty politely.
Yeah.
More power to the truth. More power to the truth. Yeah, man. So you know, so I go over my time already, you know. And manifestation day, Thursday, you can't have me attack so long. I'm not like for 2 hours because it take too long for the videos I'm upload. So I do give thanks, divine gratitude for y'all coming on the platform to share, willing to share the story of the Almighty Papa, the Almighty Mama, the Almighty Yeshua. Without a millisecond, I'm proud to talk about them. Because guess what? The things that when they do for me, some of them may not talk about because it's unexplainable. Me can't explain it. See me? So as I say, Zion is a place and it's a righteous place. And to how we deal with things simple and natural, it's a holy place by spiritual connection and by what I say no confirmation by the visions them where the kings them and the queens them are get forward. So you know it's a holy place. However, I try my best to live in the light of truth and give praises in the beauty of holiness. And what is holiness? Knowing the Almighty for yourself, know the truth for yourself. And whatever you have, you don't keep it for yourself. Whatever you want to create or do, make sure you say once you good for you all. You see what me I say? And remember, Zion mean rise and never fall. Yeah. You remember say Ephesians 5 is the law and order in which the liberty where Yeshua said for us to live by. Yeah, I'm always say, you know, say over Zion we do everything in a Zion. No, spiritual healing, parental counseling, you know, like if you and your partner now get along, you can call Zion. We fix them thing there too in a millisecond. Zion is just Zion, you know. So if you know Zion have the highest frequency and I represent the highest Trinity in the whole globe. See me? Almighty Papa, Almighty Mama, Almighty Yeshua. Then any help or you could ever think of your need. You see me? And we don't have to like a brother or show off or beg you to come. You see me? I say, we've been working, never stop work. You know what I mean? So I tell us Zion is also a movement. So when you can't forward, you don't clean out same way. You know, cause no nothing. Want us forward in righteousness and truth. Lot of sister and brother, king and queen over here. We happy. We happy if you know so we have a family away from home. They go me and say, anything at all. Whether, you know, anything at all you need. You can call your family and a king or a queen dead if you listen to your voice. Listen to your cry, not only listen, but attend to your needs in a millisecond. Someone always know what you need. If your head hurt you, about 10 million different remedy I get. Anything happen to you, everybody just steady want to make sure say you're all right. Not only that, I must commend a king and a queen when one away somebody from Zion sick and have to go to the hospital. And those two persons stay up with that person right through till the next day, the next morning. The next morning, the next first light. You know what I mean? Say, I recommend them, I commend them and say, wow, that's nice. You don't know these people. He was willing to stay up to make sure that person all right and get through. And that's what we need to do, you know. Start taking care of ourselves and start taking care of each other. in every way and every means necessary. So as me say, salute, you know, say 9:30 we there, so again. Dig what me I say? Don't know, say Zion is the only way, as me say. Unified power of health to all. Unified power of wealth to all. Unified power of love to all. Unified power of harmony to all. Unified power of balance to all. Without the balance, nothing can stand up. Up full of mighty.
Hopeful and mighty. Hopeful
Up
and
full of mighty.
Upful and mighty king, upful
Up
and
full of
mighty.
mighty.
Perfect
hopeful
balance.
and mighty. More
More
power
power
to
to
the
the
church.
truth. More power to the truth.
Truth.
Yes, man, more power to
Hopeful
the
and
truth.
mighty.
Well,
Power to the truth.
Me have what take one 15 minutes off the ear, you know?
In a
With the king.
millisecond.
Yeah.
Divine truth.
Divine
Sing a
truth.
thriller you up full of mighty. Class are closed, so you don't know me have to give respect. DJ Lady V. Up full of mighty, give thanks to the support at all times. And people, I don't take these things for granted. So when I don't come to class, I just open and always seek to learn something. Even one thing for the day. And remember, not only learn, remember, don't let this day go out without you do one little good. You don't have to be major. Do something good to someone today. Don't wait till tomorrow. Salute. Up full of
Hopeful
mighty.
and mighty.
Later.
Hopeful and mighty.